Traveling alone can be an incredible experience, full of freedom, adventure, and self-discovery. But in some places, solo travel can be downright dangerous. From high crime rates to political instability, today we're counting down the top 7 most unsafe places for solo travelers in 2025. Stay until the end, because some of these destinations might surprise you. And don't forget to subscribe for more travel safety tips. Let's dive in. First on our list is Caracas, Venezuela, a city that has unfortunately gained a reputation for being one of the most dangerous places in the world. With sky-high crime rates and little law enforcement, solo travelers are at serious risk. The biggest dangers include armed robberies, kidnappings, and violent street crime. Walking alone here, even during the day, is a huge risk. Criminal organizations are highly active, and tourists are prime targets. Many visitors have had their belongings stolen at gunpoint, and in some cases, they never made it back home. Even public transport isn't safe, as criminals frequently rob passengers at knife point. If you're thinking about visiting Venezuela solo, think twice. Next up, we have Port Moresby, the capital of Papua New Guinea. This city is notorious for its extreme levels of gang violence, fueled by what locals call the rascal gangs. These criminals roam the streets, targeting travelers with brutal muggings, armed robberies, and even carjackings. The police force is underfunded and often ineffective, meaning that if you get into trouble, you're basically on your own. Hostel owners warn solo travelers to never walk alone, especially at night. Even taking a taxi can be risky, as fake taxis have been used to kidnap unsuspecting victims. If you're a solo traveler, this is one destination you might want to skip. South Africa is a beautiful country, but Johannesburg is one of the most unsafe cities for solo travelers. With one of the highest rates of robbery, carjackings, and violent assaults in the world, it's a place where even locals don't feel safe. Solo travelers are easy targets, and criminals often work in groups, using distraction tactics to pickpocket or mug their victims. Even in broad daylight, people have been attacked for their phones, cameras, or wallets. One of the most dangerous areas is public transportation. Minibus taxis are frequently hijacked, and passengers are often robbed at gunpoint. If you must visit Johannesburg, avoid walking alone, always use a trusted taxi service, and never display valuables. Mexico is a popular destination, but Tijuana is one of the most dangerous cities in the world. It has one of the highest murder rates globally, mainly due to ongoing cartel wars. Solo travelers are at risk of being caught in crossfire between rival gangs or targeted for robbery. Even tourist areas, like bars and clubs, are hotspots for crime. Scammers also target solo travelers, luring them into dangerous situations. Local authorities struggle to maintain order, and even some police officers have been known to work with criminals. If you're traveling to Mexico, it's best to stick to safer cities like Mérida or Oaxaca. Cairo is a city rich in history, but solo travelers, especially women, face serious dangers here. From aggressive scams to frequent street harassment, exploring Cairo alone can be overwhelming. One of the biggest risks? Taxi scams. Many drivers overcharge tourists or take them to unsafe locations. There's also a high risk of pickpocketing in crowded areas like bazaars and metro stations. Female travelers often report unwanted attention and persistent harassment, making it an uncomfortable and sometimes unsafe experience. If you're visiting Cairo, travel with a group or a trusted local guide. Rio de Janeiro is famous for its carnival and beaches, but it's also one of the most dangerous places for solo travelers due to widespread crime. Many travelers have been victims of snatch and grab thefts, where criminals on motorcycles steal phones, bags, and cameras before speeding away. Pickpocketing is common in busy areas like Copacabana and Ipanema. Certain neighborhoods, like favelas, are controlled by dangerous gangs, and outsiders are not welcome. Even in tourist spots, crime is rampant. If you're exploring Rio, stay alert, use hidden money pouches, and avoid walking alone at night. Manila is a vibrant city, but some districts are extremely unsafe, especially for solo travelers. Scams are rampant, tourists often get overcharged, pickpocket, or even drugged in bars. Areas like Tonda and Quiapo are known for gang-related violence, and even locals avoid them at night. The biggest risk? Fake taxi drivers who overcharge or drive passengers to unsafe areas. If you visit Manila alone, always use ride-sharing apps and avoid walking in isolated areas. Here is the list of solo travel safety tips. 1. Always research your destination thoroughly before you go. 2. Avoid walking alone at night in unfamiliar areas. 3. Use official taxis or rideshare apps for transportation. 4. Keep your valuables hidden and use money belts. 5. Stay connected, share your location with a trusted friend. 6. Be cautious of overly friendly strangers or unsolicited help. 7. Book accommodations in safe, well-reviewed areas. 8. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, leave immediately. 9. Learn basic emergency phrases in the local language. 10. Always have a backup plan in case of emergencies. Which of these destinations surprised you the most? Comment below and stay safe on your travels.